Did Canadians lure German soldiers with meat tins before blowing them up with grenades during the First World War? And the answer is no, but the longer answer is actually a bit more complicated. Let me explain. So this is a meme that's been proliferating around the internet for a while where everybody and their mother thinks that this is actually something that happened. And honestly, I don't know why they think that is, especially since the only real source that people have for information is a single National Post article from 2018. This is an article that actually leaves a lot to be desired as a Canadian military historian. There's lots of information here with lots of quotes and lots of other things that have just been completely taken out of context. And I'm not a fan of that whatsoever. Poor scholarship like this leads to lots of assumptions by people that don't know how to study history. For example, it makes people think that this is a common tactic and that Canadians did this often, except this is only a one-off situation that happened by a British soldier, if it happened at all. The person infamous for bringing about this situation was Lieutenant Lewis Keane, who served in both the British Expeditionary Force and the Canadian Expeditionary Force during the First World War. Lewis Keane originally signed up with the Canadian Expeditionary Force, but when he heard that there was an availability for a commission in the 17th North Division, he transferred out. So, from May of 1915 through January of 1916, he fought as a British officer. This matters because the story regarding meat tins and grenades came from his memoir called Crumps, which was written during his service in autumn of 1915, when he fought for the British as an officer of the British Expeditionary Force, not Canadian. If you want to read this for free, you can. It's a free PDF offered through the Project Gutenberg and the Library Archive. You just type in Lewis Keane 1917 Crumps and it'll pop up for you. The specific story regarding meat tins is page 110. Feel free to look into it yourself if you like. The reason why I believe this is a one-off episode and not very common is largely because of the timing and the time frame of whence this story occurred, which is in autumn of 1915 at St. Eloi. Static warfare was just getting started. People didn't really know how to fight one another in trenches, and he actually explained himself that the trenches at St. Eloi were like 25 yards apart. Like, that's kind of insane when you think about it regarding trench warfare. It was definitely close enough where you could be, like, having a conversation with somebody, chucking a meat tin, and then chucking a grenade afterwards to kill them. However, plausibility does not outright mean proof, and he never explicitly says that he actually did this himself. He just said it was a method that some of the soldiers used while he served on the front lines. So it definitely could have happened, but he doesn't himself say that he did this, and he doesn't point any fingers on who actually specifically did it. He just said it kind of in a tongue-in-cheek way where like, yes, this is how we kill the Boche over there, mate. Given that this is a source published in 1917 and very easy to sensationalize during the time period, unfortunately I just need more information to corroborate whether or not this meat tin grenade situation actually happened. To sum up, it was plausible, but the Canadians never did this specifically, unfortunately. It's just a myth from a meme.